British royal family is breaking its silence over new allegations that former Prince Andrew shared sensitive information with Jeffrey Epstein. King Charles says he's, quote, ready to support the police as they look into claims that his brother shared confidential material with the convicted sex offender back when Andrew was a trade envoy. Buckingham Palace released a statement saying, quote, the king has made clear in words and through unprecedented actions his profound concerns at allegations which continue to come to light in respect to Mr. Mountbatten-Windsor's conduct. Former Prince Andrew has repeatedly denied wrongdoing with respect to Epstein. Now Prince William and Princess Kate are also speaking out, saying they're deeply concerned and focused on the victims. ABC News royal contributor Victoria Murphy has the latest on that from London. Hi, Victoria. So what's it like there in London with this major scandal now surrounding the royal family?
Good morning, Diane. Well, this all over the front pages again today. A lot of scrutiny on the royal family. And I have to say, you know, we've been covering this now for many, many years. But this is the most pressure I think I have ever seen the royal family as a whole under over this. We have never seen them heckled in the way that we have in the past few days before, to this extent on their public engagements, been put on the spot, been asked questions. And they have responded by releasing these unprecedented statements. We've had the first ever statement from Kensington Palace on behalf of William and Kate about this. Until now, they have left it to Buckingham Palace to make statements about Epstein. And we have also had the same day this statement from Buckingham Palace saying that they stand ready to support police. And to me, that really shows a quite a different, very proactive tone to the tone that we have seen before, because as I understand it, they haven't actually been contacted by police about this yet. They have put this statement out saying that they stand ready to support. And I think that shows really how much they understand that this is dominating the narrative around them, and they want to be vocal about it and attempt to try to take back some control of it.
Up until recently, Prince Edward was the only senior royal to address these latest allegations. So what does it tell you about how worried they are to now have King Charles and Prince William responding directly?
Yes, you're right. And when Prince Edward had addressed this, he was put on the spot very much at a conference. He was asked about this. And it was interesting because we don't often see that happen with members of the royal family. They're not very often heckled. They're not very often put on the spot when they're there to talk about something else. And I think it really shows the public mood around this. And I think the royal family is very sensitive to the public mood at the moment, and they have responded in kind. I think that they've understood that they need to be more vocal. The fact that Prince William felt he couldn't focus on his tour of Saudi Arabia until he said something about this, I think, says a lot. And I think that they are going to continue to try and be vocal where they can. But obviously, it's not a situation in which we're not a position that we normally see them very comfortable with. They normally like to say as little as possible.
Victoria, Andrew was stripped of all his titles after some of his email exchanges with Epstein were leaked to the press. He was also forced to leave his royal home. Could he face criminal charges in this?
Well, that's an interesting question, because there's no criminal charges at the moment, but he has been reported to police who say that they are assessing the information. He's been reported over these allegations that he has forwarded information to Jeffrey Epstein. So this is information that he received in his role as a UK trade envoy, potentially very confidential information. And these latest release of the Epstein files has shown him forwarding information to Jeffrey Epstein. And the allegation there is misconduct in public office, which is a very serious allegation. No investigation yet, but police are assessing this information.
He's also under pressure to testify before Congress here in the U.S. How risky is that? And any chance he actually does it?
Well, you know, he hasn't said anything about this since 2019 when he spoke about his relationship with Epstein, and that went very, very badly for him. He released a very brief statement since, and we've had the odd brief statement, but he hasn't spoken at length about this. So it is very difficult, Diane, to see how he would now, how he is going to go on and do this. And as we have seen with that 2019 interview, so many of the things that we are seeing now in these Epstein files are contradicting things that he said in that interview. So it's proving on an ongoing basis to be continually disastrous for him.
Victoria, big picture, how bad is this all for the monarchy, and how is it affecting Queen Elizabeth's legacy?
This is definitely really damaging for the monarchy, and I think, they keep saying certain things are a matter for Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor, but this is also a question for the monarchy as well, for the institution, who knew what, and the culture that was allowed to exist that led to him behaving in the way that he did. And I think that there are questions now being asked and the focus is shifting onto them. And it is very interesting what you say about Queen Elizabeth as well, because while she was alive, she was so popular, she was largely seen to be untouchable in her popularity. But we are seeing a little bit of a narrative emerging now where people are saying, well, this happened under her watch, and he was repeatedly referred to as her favourite son, and this suggestion of her protecting him is coming into the narrative now.
All right, Royal contributor Victoria Murphy, thank you.